my name is Shushmita and I am speaking I'm from the Vashi Center from the J Group. The topic for today's discussion is Kriyas are not harmful, and me and my friends are going to speak against this topic. Now, what are Kriyas? Kriyas are those processes which cleanse the internal cavities of our body. They are basically divided into 6 main groups, that is Dhauti, Basti, Neti, Krayika, Kapalbhati and Nadi. Now, as Newton's states, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Similarly, these Kriyas also have adverse underlying effects. Kriyas are unconventional practices which go against the natural process. They are not supported or accepted by the medical professionals. There is no scientific proof to support the claims. It is agonic Kriyas, like when you eat or breathe, do you even think where the food or the air is going? It is a natural process, but when we are doing Kriyas, we have to be very aware where and what is going. Kriyas are something like antibiotics. It removes the bad as well as the good bacteria and leave you completely drained. Just to mention a few lines from Hatapradipika. Medaha Shleshmarika Purna Shatakarmani Samachare Anyastu Nachare Prani Doshana Samabhavatu. Why does Hatapradipika say that only those who have an imbalance of the 3 doshas should practice Kriyas? They could have made it compulsory for all, but they didn't do so because they also agree that Kriyas are harmful. When we come to class, does our teacher tell us to sterilize our uniforms or our clothes on daily basis before every class? No. But for Kriyas, we have to sterilize it before every time we use it. Why? Because if we don't do it, it is harmful. And sterilization is a process as per medical council where we keep the apparatus for 20 minutes in boiling water. But do we follow it? No. That means our sterilization is also incomplete. That means we are exposing our body for more harm. When we do asanas, pranayama on daily basis for our practice, are we supposed to do Kriyas daily? Do you think we can do it daily? We can't. Because if we do it daily, the sensitive, delicate organs near our nose, throat and stomach region, they will be harmed. So this automatically says that Kriyas are harmful. We have to use lukewarm waters. We have to do after Kriya practices. I request any one of you all, if you all want, try doing it with normal water or don't do your after Kriyas and see the harmful effects that come through. We have to do it after Kriyas are done to balance the harmful effects of these Kriyas. Now when we do Vastra, why is there a time limit of 20 minutes? Food in our stomach is there for 4 hours before it goes to the intestine. So then why not Vastra? We should keep it in our stomach for 4 hours and then it goes. But no, we remove it early because it is again harmful. Now when we do it in our class, we have teachers. They teach us, but you cannot self-learn it. Like if you take a book, you can read how to perform asanas or pranayama. But can you do it with Kriyas? No. It has to be done under the guidance of self-experienced and trained teachers. In our class, okay, we have trained teachers. But when we are doing at home, what if we do some mistakes? Okay, agree, the mistakes are our problem. We don't know the techniques fine as of now. But till we don't master those techniques, isn't Kriya harmful for us? Like when we practice Kriyas, do we know what is there inside our body? We may be having ulcers, bleeding, anything will be there. So by doing these Kriyas, we may aggravate that process and the harm may more. So as yoga says that there should be no time limit, there should be no props, it should be least exertive. This Kriya satisfies any of those conditions. It doesn't satisfy any of those conditions. It is unhygienic, it is very stressful, it goes against the very concept of yoga. Kriya has so many restrictions, so many conditions against it. Why is this condition good? Because it is harmful. It is something like if there is a red signal saying that you shouldn't cross the road and you try to cross the road, you are going to be harmed. It's going to be a dangerous process. So Kriyas have to be practiced by taking into consideration all the restrictions and conditions too. If you miss any one, then it is going to be harmful to you. And even if you do an incorrect practice of Kriyas, it is going to cause more harm than good. Thank you.
Completely calm. and Vaikin is very famous for its kriyas. So I am talking about kriyas are not harmful. These kriyas are Dhauti, Basti, Neti, Nauli, Tratakam Tatha, Kapalabhati Shaitani, Shakharmani, Rajat. Kriyas means what? These are the cleansing process. And why we cleanse? Because in a body there is a cavity which is filled up with the toxins, the odorous material and carbon dioxide. So before going for the pranayama, we do these kriyas to remove out the phalgam, bile and waste. And what we use? We are using only a natural elements, which is Prithvi, Apa, Teja, Vayu and Akash. Mitti, Pani, Agni, Vayu and Akash. So using these natural elements which are there available, and with the water, friction and fire, these kriyas are done. So I don't think they are harmful. Secondly, as per the Ayurveda, there are 3 doshas in our body. And to remove these 3 doshas, we are doing this Shuddhi Kriya, the Shat Karmas. Now these Shat Karmas are Dhauti. What we do in Dhauti? We do a Vamana with the water. The effects are, this help us to eliminate the 3 doshas. Then we do a Danta Dhauti, which removes and cleanses the stomach. Vastra Dhauti helps us also to remove all the disorders of the stomach. Secondly, we do a Basti. Basti is used sitting in a water. And Basti, the main benefit is all these Saptadhatus are vigorated. These Saptadhatus are like, Rasa, Rakta, Masa, Meda, Asti, Mancha. The blood in our body gets purified, the Asti and the bones gets purified. All these benefits we get from this Shuddhi Kriya. Then the third one is Neti. Neti, we use again a water with the water or a rubber catheter of 9 inches. In this Kriya helps us. It is called a ENT specialist. Ear, nose and throat. These are the benefits we receive. At the same time, our brain works very fast. At the same time, it also helps the sadhaka to increase his physical and mental capacity. Then the fourth one. The fourth Shuddhi Kriya is Trataka. In Trataka, we stare an object and till the eyes come out, till the tears come out from our eyes. And this way, it helps all the eye diseases to cure all the eye diseases. The fifth one is, the fifth Shuddhi Kriya is Nauli. In Nauli, we use the manipulation of recti muscles, and which also helps to invigorate the gastric fire. Nauli is called the crown in Hatha Yoga. And the last one is Kapalabhati. In Kapalabhati, by doing Rechak and Purak, like a Velosmith's Smith's bellow, this helps to reduce the phalgam in our body. So this way, all the Shuddhi Kriyas, they help us to get rid of all the diseases, and at the same time, we get a success in Hatha Yoga, which says, Vapu Prushatvam Madari Prasannata, Nada Sutatvam Nayane Sudirmane, Arodhata Bintu Jayogni Deepanam, Nadi Vishuddhi, Hatha Yoga Darshana. Means we get success in yoga by slim body, pure eyes, clear eyes, and diseases, get rid of all the diseases. I think we all must have realized all this and hence I feel kriyas are not at all harmful. Thank you.
And I stood first with my
Pipi and Vashi. My friend Shushmita just mentioned about all the Kriya, pros and cons and everything about. She put all the valid points about why should not we practice Kriya because of its harmful effects. Definitely I am contradicting here to the statement that Kriyas are not harmful. I stand here and say Kriyas are definitely harmful, be aware of it. My friend Meenakshi just mentioned about the natural things that we put inside. Rubber tubes are not natural. Natural were the turmeric and the banyan, the banana stems. I'm sorry, but that she said we are using now today is a rubber tube which is not completely sterilized, well sterilized. It has a lot of infection pros and cons. And she even mentioned about the bhasti which we do in the water. We are talking about the rectum, which is the most delicate area of the body. It is highly infectious if we do and if we go wrong. So that's why I'd like to contradict these 2 points and then proceed with why kriyas are harmful. I am here specifying, putting light on one thing, that the body is a temple. When it is self-regulated, self-cleanser, self-preventive, why do we need to disturb the natural laws, natural healing, natural cure? We are tampering with the natural healing process, the natural, we are not supposed to taper and put things in our mouth. We are here to just follow yoga. And when we do kriya, we are tampering the natural process. What is kriya? It is saying that speeding the natural process. Why do we need to speed in yoga? Do we require the need to speed in yoga? I disagree with that. It is a natural cleanser, and we have seen, this is an example, in environment, we keep cutting down trees, and what are we left with? Skyscrapers? What are we doing? The nature's way of telling it by giving droughts and floods. That is why we are violating our own body. The same we should learn from our nature and environment. We are violating our own body. This is going to this is going to rebound on us. So mind it, it is playing with the natural organs, which are automatically healing and preventing and curing and cleaning. We don't need this massive cleaning. Now I talked only about the temple, which is gift. It's gift from God. This is a mechanical, the body is a mechanism which is high-tech, which is self-healing. I even go further saying that the ahar that we eat, how about the intake? Why do we spend so much time in cleansing when the intake, that much time we can spend in cleaning? We can spend in eating right type of food. Har Pradipika also mentions about the ahar that we are taking, it should be sattvic. So spend more time in cooking right type of food, which will help in the best growth of your body. When we talk about kriya practices, we are talking about dhauti, we are talking about bhasti. That means what? We are talking about the mouth and the anus. That means we are talking about the elementary canal. That means is what? Directly talking about the digestion. So target the cause. The main cause is food. Because when we are eating healthy, our digestion is perfect. We don't need kapalabhati, we don't need to regulate our gases because there is no gas formation. That is my question. So why this is my valid point. So might as well go in the kitchen and stop opening the cans. Don't eat instant burgers. That is my request. Let's put all the time to good ahar. This is my, this all 2 basic important points. Definitely clear that kriyas are harmful. Don't use cleanser process. In fact, take these 2 basic things in the mind and just proceed. Third is half 80% of the problem is psychosomatic. It is mind related. When we talk about the mind, we talk about the stress. So why can't we target the stress? So why can't we do pranayam instead of something that is so dangerous like kriyas? I talk about Patanjali